As people of all ages navigate a post-pandemic world, many are dealing with unprecedented levels of loneliness. As of 2021, 36% of U.S. adults reported increased feelings of isolation. That figure nearly doubles to 61% when looking at people aged 18 through 25. But now the changing social landscape has led to a dramatic rise in the number of people seeking companionship online. Tatum Hunter joins us now. She is a consumer technology reporter for the Washington Post. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we talk a lot about online dating. This is something very different. It is just straight online friendship. What are people looking for when they start this search online?
People are looking for a variety of things, from somebody to be their bestie to somebody to, run and grab groceries with. I think that we tend to flatten friendship or forget about it entirely. So it was encouraging to see the variety of connections that people are making online.
I found this to be really fascinating because I was just having a conversation about how difficult it is to make friends the older you get. You really lose a lot of those easy communities that you can kind of plug and play into when you're younger. So what are the best ways for people to meet their new friends online?
I have lots of recommendations for apps for people to check out if they are looking for more platonic connection in their life. A big one, when we make the connection to dating apps and talking about this is kind of like dating apps for friendship, is Bumble BFF. Bumble for Friends is the app's friendship mode. It works exactly like the dating side, so people are really familiar with the format, and it is that traditional matchmaking. But if you're more of a blend into the group kind of girly, I'd encourage people to check out Meetup, Discord, and Reddit, and join a local community or server, and start keeping tabs on those posts, pointing people toward local events or simple, let's grab a beer, let's meet up.
And I was going to ask you about that. I know every relationship, every friendship is different, but when we look at the overall growth of this trend, are we talking about friendships that play out entirely online? Is this something about trying to meet up with someone to create an in-person community?
I'm so glad you asked that, because it's so important to remember that friendships that exist only online are not a new phenomena. But people using online tools to jumpstart in real life friendships, whether that in real life component is taking place, nose to nose or over some sort of virtual tool, people want those deeper connections, sometimes deeper than they might be getting on their favorite message board or their favorite TikTok creators' comment section. So I think that this story is so much deeper than, young adults, kids these days, they don't have any friends, they have to live in the online world. It's so much richer than that, because as you said, people of all ages are craving platonic connection and finding these new online tools that can jumpstart it for them.
And it runs such a wide gamut when you talk about the age, the different types of generations that are going to this. But primarily, where are you seeing this growth? Is it people in their 20s, people in their 30s? Who's really going online to find a friend these days?
As I've been reporting on loneliness and friendship this year, I've found that while loneliness is a universal experience, young people are really dealing with the brunt of it because they are the ones who are wrestling with a world that looks different. During the pandemic, a lot of them were sent home from college or work. A lot of them are working long hours with low wages, which leaves you with less time to rub shoulders with people in real life. And also participating less in community activities. Attendance at something like church or recreational sports is dropping fastest among millennials and Gen Z. So while, loneliness has long been an issue for the aging population, for example, young adults are encountering it in a new and different way, and they are having to search for new and different solutions. And the solutions that they find can be instructional for all of us.
And you really see how important these communities are for mental health. But I also want to ask you about safety, because if you are reaching out online, obviously you want to do it with a grain of salt. How do people know that they aren't being catfished, even when it comes to being a platonic friend?
That's another great question, because I've seen so many great stories recently about beauty filters, about AI, conversation machines, and it is getting harder to know if the people that you meet online are real. So just like with online dating, I'd always encourage people to let a friend know where you're going, where you'll be, and who you're going with. and to not treat friendship as something different than online dating. You're doing all the same steps to make sure that somebody is legit and letting your loved ones know where you'll be.
Friendships are always good to make. Tatum Hunter, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.